Folks, there's an art form to doing stupid shit, and I've got it down to a science. Now, we've been working on this lathe tool in the last video, and it was turning out just absolutely beautiful. I was so happy with it, smooth, refined, just pretty happy with myself. Real nice work. But when you do stupid shit, you deserve what you get. Yep, there goes part of it. There goes the other part of it. Well, it doesn't look like... Come on, focus, you bastard. It doesn't look like sugar sitting there. It's really a pretty fine grain structure. It's not bad at all. I forgot to preheat my quench oil a little bit. What I do before I go to quench something, especially as cold as it is outside, I'll usually heat a piece of mild steel up, stick it in there and get the temperature of that oil up some so it doesn't cool the metal down too fast. And that's what happened with this. It cooled it down too fast and I developed a whole bunch of cracks in it. I mean, it looked like spider webs through it. They went all the way through, so it's not like I could grind them out. So let that be a lesson to you guys. Preheat that oil a little bit. The metal itself, not bad. Actually looks pretty good in there. The grains. So usually if you didn't do your processes right, so you go through your heat treatment process and you anneal it, and then, which usually happens pretty much as you're beating on it because you're heating it up and it's cooling down slow. But there's a few processes to the heat treatment other than just heating that steel up and quenching it. So what I do is I usually anneal it, which means I get it just above magnetic. I leave it on top of the forge, turn the forge blower off, and let it cool down at its own rate as the fire cools down. So that makes it soft so you can deal with it easier. You're not damaging the metal as much as your forge, because forging puts a lot of stress on metal. So after we get it forged out, I will go through a normalizing cycle after I have done as much of my rough grinding as I can while the metal is annealed and it's in a softer state. So I will normalize it, which means I'll get it just above magnetic, and then I'll let it air cool. I'll wave it around on the tongs or whatever and let it come down. And then I'll stick it back in the fire again, get it just above magnetic. I think it's a little over 1500 degrees for 1080 steel. And while that's heating up in the forge, I'll have my piece of mild steel heating up, dunk it in the quench oil to warm that up, and then I'll quench. You quench and then you temper, then you finish sharpening. Well, I skipped one step and it ruined a really nice piece on me. Wasn't even that mad about it. I didn't even swear, didn't even throw stuff around. So it's not a big deal, but you make lemonade in life, right? It gives you lemons, you make lemonade, so we'll make one even better. And I decided I'm going to make it a little bit longer, a little bit wider, and we'll just go with it. So that's her. And I'm kind of worn out. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll call this one the art of screwing up. It is an art form. I'm good at it, like I said. Man, that's a shame because that steel structure is pretty nice. Oh well, what do you do? So anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one.